Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning to everyone. Happy Thursday morning. Happy Thursday morning. This is the day that the Lord has made, and we will rejoice and be glad in it. I just want to come on today just to share something with you uh, that's been that's been heavy on my heart. Again, before I get started, let me introduce myself. I am Antoine Walker. I am one of the founders of We Are Walkers United. uh, Along with my wife Danielle Walker. Uh, if you guys had the pleasure or the pleasure to check her out yesterday, she does a she brings a word uh, power hour. Uh, go back, go to We Are Walkers United Facebook page and check it out. But the reason I wanted to hop on, I don't want to take a lot of time. But I just want to kind of share something that's in my heart. If you see the title of the post, it says, "Stop making excuses. It won't change anything." You know, we live in a world where it's so easy to make an excuse for anything that we're going through. If we're dealing with health, we make an excuse about that. If we're dealing with finances, we make an excuse about that. If we're dealing with our marriage, we make an excuse about that. At some point, we have to take ownership and stop making those excuses because you already know excuses don't change anything. I used to be one of those people that would sit back and making excuses of why I'm in a certain situation that I am. It's my skin color. I only have a high school education and blah, 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 and all that stuff. And those things hindered me for years. They kept me in the place of, because it's easy to get caught up in what people think about you. It's easy to get caught up what people might say. You know, I wasn't the smartest kid in grammar school. I wasn't the smartest kid in high school. I only have a high school education. I really do. So sometimes growing up, you're like, man, most of my friends, and nothing against, I love my friends to death. Most of my friends went to college and things of that nature. Now, none of them have said anything bad about me not going to college, but you always hear, get a good college, get a good college education, and you will be successful. And I'm like, well, I don't have that. I had no desire to go to school. I could have went. I had no desire to go to school. Am I going to be successful in this world? So I was feeding myself an excuse. I was giving myself a reason to blame some situation around me in regards to me now being successful in my life. That was just an excuse. And the outcome doesn't change. See, we can be duped in believing that if we give an excuse, the outcome is going to change. Well, I'm financially broke, and my excuse is this, so the outcome is going to change. That's not the case at all. Your outcome does not change. So I want to encourage all of us to stop making excuses. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of breath. It's a waste of energy. It's a waste of brain power. Stop making excuses and figure out what it is that's in your way and go out there and make it happen. You know, there are a lot of people, there's some friends of mine who are in the health industry. And if you're dealing with any type of weight concerns, health issues, then reach out to them. Reach out to them. One of my friends who is in the health industry, his name is Luke Odom. And I'm always sharing his post about health and nutrition, and he knows a lot about health and nutrition. So if you're dealing with health and nutrition issues, reach out to someone who is an expert in that field to help you deal with that. Stop making excuses of why you're not healthy. I used to eat a whole bag of Oreo cookies in one sitting, and I would wonder to myself, well, why am I overweight? Well, I'm overweight because I'm consuming all of this sugar. I'm not overweight because I'm just overweight. I'm overweight because I'm consuming all of this sugar, and it's easy for me to blame the Oreo cookie than to say, hey, stop eating a whole bag of Oreo cookies. Now, let me tell you what happened behind that. I kept eating a whole bag of Oreo cookies. I kept making excuses and nothing changed. I kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And right now, my wife and I, we're in the process to eating healthier and exercising so we can be healthy for God's kingdom. Stop making excuses because it will not change the outcome. That's a guarantee. People type on Facebook all the time while they are in this certain situation. That's an excuse. You don't have to be in that certain situation. You don't. You can get out of it. But you have to change your mindset. You have to change your mindset and you have to think positively every single day. You should get up and say, hey, today is going to be a great day. I'm ready to go out here and make it happen. That should be the information that you're feeding yourself. If you can't live in this certain neighborhood, why not? What's the excuse? What's the excuse you're giving yourself? And then we get mad at other people when they live in those certain neighborhoods. And we say, oh, they got it lucky. Somebody gave them that money. No. That's not the case at all. The only difference between them and us is that they don't make excuses on why they can't do something. And if we look at the people around you, right? If we look at the people around us, all we do is make excuses. Well, I can't drive that car because of this reason. Why not? Why not? We have to get beyond disbelief of ourselves. We have to get beyond that. We do. And we have to make sure that we are hanging out with people and have people around us who will not allow us to make excuses on things that we're not doing. We have to believe that. Because if we don't, you're going to end up right where you're at. You know, a man that told me a long time ago, I asked him, I said, why are you, he said, how do I change what I'm doing? He said, Antoine, if you keep doing what you're doing, you're going to keep getting what you're getting. If I keep eating bad and unhealthy, I'm going to continue to be overweight. That's a fact. That's not genetic. That's a fact. There's no secret in this. That's genetic. If I don't get control of my finances, I'm going to continue to live paycheck to paycheck. That's a fact. It has nothing to do with how much money you're bringing in. It has something to do with your ability to control your finances. Stop making excuses. Because look, you can make a lot of money, right? You can make a lot of money. Me and my wife have made a lot of money in our careers. And at some point in our life, we made more money together and we were broke. We were broke. And at no fault but to ours. No one else's. We had all this money coming in, but because we didn't know how to manage finances, we were broke. And I would sit home and say, all this money, where's all this money at that we bringing in? That we're bringing in. Stop making excuses. It does not change your outcome. It is not. You know, people hop on Facebook and say, I'm depressed. What good does that do for you by putting that out there? It doesn't change the outcome. What are you looking for? What are we looking for when we put out negative things on Facebook? I'm afraid. I have anxiety. What does that change? What do you expect people to do? The question is, what are you going to do? See, one day we're going to have to look in the mirror. That's what I love about the mirror, is because it doesn't lie. We're going to have to look at the mirror at ourselves and make a clear decision on how do we fix ourselves. You're broken, right? But you can fix yourself. But putting it out on social media saying that I'm broken, and then you say I'm broken, and then you say, okay, what is it you're asking us to do? Okay, we'll pray for you. I pray that you won't be broken. Now what? Now what? If you're not willing to change or to do things any differently in your life, you're going to remain broken. You're going to remain broken. And the biggest thing that we do is that we always give ourselves an excuse on why we can't have this, why we can't live here, why is this, why is all this stuff going on. We live in a society of excuses. At some point, you have to own up to your failure in life. Now, I don't mean any disrespect to anybody, but at some point, you have to look at yourself and say, I have to look at myself and say, Antoine, I am unhealthy. I eat unhealthy. I own that. Nobody forcing me to eat a whole bag of Oreo cookies. I own that. Nobody forcing me to do that. The poverty mindset that I used to be in was my fault. It was my fault. No one else's. I have to own, just like you have to own your own life. And if you can't figure it out, putting it out on Facebook negatively won't change the outcome. It will not change the outcome. So what's my point in all of this? Stop making excuses. Because people are moving on with their life. You're going to get left behind. You're going to get left behind financially. You're going to get left behind emotionally. You're going to get left behind in all type of categories of your life. And you're going to be stuck in the mud because you fill your mind with so many excuses on why you can't do this. If people don't support your business, so what? Go find people out there who will. There are people I know that have never shopped at Walmart ever. You think Walmart missing any type of money? They just choose not to go to Walmart. But Walmart, the owners don't sit back and say, oh, well, John Doe won't come to Walmart. I think we finna go out. I think we finna go bankrupt. Everybody's not going to support your vision. There are people that don't support Real Walkers United. It's not going to stop us because you can't stop what God has already put forth in motion. You can't stop it. You just can't stop it. And I know it's hard because people support so much negativity. If I was to get online and write and type in there how depressed I am, and I'm afraid, I'm scared, I'll have 100 likes. But because I refuse to do that, I only get 5 likes. Because misery loves company. But if you're looking for me to be miserable, then I'm the wrong person. I'm the wrong person. I lived in that state before. And nothing changed. I blamed everybody around me. The outside people, the inside my home. I blamed everybody around me, but nothing changed. Until I made a decision to change myself. So I made a decision to change my thinking, what they call stinking thinking. That's what a lot of people have, stinking thinking. That's what I used to have, stinking thinking. Make the decision. Make the decision to change your thought process, your mindset. Don't worry about stuff you can't control. Again, people are not going to, listen, y'all might not want to hear this, but people won't share your stuff because some people won't share your stuff, not all, but some people won't share your stuff because they don't want you to be successful. I'm just being truthful. Some people won't share your stuff because they do not want you to be successful. But it's going to be okay. Just find the ones who see your vision and who want to support you and who's going to help you be successful. We see it every day. I see it every day on Facebook. Anything that's posted positive, I'll be lucky to get one share. If I say anything negative about anything, political, this and that, my whole Facebook feed fill up. That's the world we live in. We live in a world that operates, that grows, that grows off of negativity. Because people love when people are negative, or people are loved when you're talking about your failures. Look at the difference. When you talk about your failures, watch how many likes you get. You will get more likes than when you talk about your successes. Because the bottom line is, I'm just being transparent, and I hate to be this way, but it's the truth. Some people do not want you to outdo them. Even though there's enough money to go around for everybody, some people don't want you to outshine them. And for me, I'm a very competitive person when it comes to work, but when it comes to platforms and things of that nature, it's enough room for everybody. It's enough room for everybody. There are billions of people in this world. Billions. And we get so caught up and so frustrated when this small population of people that we know won't support us. Don't let those people stop you from growing. They don't want you to be successful. I'm just being transparent with you. You might not want to hear that, but that's fact. Some of those people, not all, some of those people do not want you to be successful. And you are allowing those people to stop your growth because they want to share your little video. Find somebody who will. Find somebody who understands and likes your vision. You know, I got to be careful on my next comment. Sometimes we look for advice for people who have no experience in that arena. Do you talk to people who have money, or do you talk to people who don't have money? I'm talking about successful business people who make millions of dollars. I'm not talking about people with regular jobs. I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about successful people who make millions of dollars. Have you partnered up with them to find out what they did and what they do to be successful in their business? Listen, people go on a Shark Tank because you got these 4 or 5 millionaires and billionaires, right? I don't see none of us up there. So what advice would you give somebody on Shark Tank? Right? Ain't nobody calling Antoine yet. Ain't nobody calling Antoine and say, hey, how do I do this? You have to hang around people who are like-minded people like yourself. And look, you've heard this 1,000 times. This is nothing new to you. This is nothing that I'm making up. You know, when the Lord moved us down to Atlanta, you know, me and my wife, we just moved out here to Atlanta. We don't know different areas of Atlanta, but he moved us to the Buckhead area. And we was like, Buckhead, okay, to us it's just a name of another area, like back home, Naperville. It's not a big deal to us. And everywhere we go and people say, where do y'all live and where do y'all stay? We say we stay in the Buckhead area. Woo, Buckhead, woo. And we're like, what is going on? But the Lord has put us smack dab in the center of successful business people. Nothing against people who don't live in Buckhead. I'm not, please don't go that route. But it's definitely a different culture and different mindset, for sure. It really is. It really is. And again, we had no idea when we moved down here. We knew the Lord wanted to move us to Atlanta, but we didn't say, Lord, move us to Buckhead. We did, I didn't hear nothing about Buckhead. We have to surround ourselves with people who are doing it. People who are working out, who are eating healthy. Surround yourself with those people. And your life will change. Stop making excuses. Because it does not change the situation. It doesn't change. There are people out here who are not going to support your business. And some of them are going to be family and friends. I'm just being transparent with you. Don't ask me why. I don't know. But they are not going to support you at all. Find the friends and the family that will. That's it. There's a lot of people in this world. I want to thank you guys for joining me today on this Thursday. Please stop making excuses. Please. It does not change your outcome. And I'm hoping and I'm praying that some of you would take this word and take it to heart. See, the walkers are in the middle of walking this out. We're in the middle of understanding what it is to be financially free. Right? Yeah, there are people out here who are financially free. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely, 100%. There are people out here who got multiple businesses and live a very, very successful life. Absolutely. And we are in the middle of learning what that looks like. And you can too. Me and my wife right now, we are in the middle of learning what it looks like to live a healthy life. We go walking at least 3 times a week. Now, to you, that might not be a big deal for those who are in the gym 5 times a day and all that stuff. But to us, that's a big deal. Especially here in Atlanta, where every other block you go up, you either going up a hill or down a hill. That's a big deal to us. But we're walking this out. Yep. My wife and I, we can make excuses. Well, I don't want to go walking out there today because there's too many hills. And we can sit down here and sit on this couch and watch TV and nothing will change. Make the decision today. Stop making excuses. I love you guys. You guys have a great Thursday. And remember, we are all Walkers United. And God's peace to you.